In the epoch of Gutenberg, the revolution was the written word. Its silent reverberations challenged papal authority and sent a shockwave across the fabric of societies. Now we stand at the precipice of a second, perhaps even more profound revolution, one where the writers, the thinkers, the orators of yesteryears are not merely remembered by the ardent student or the casual reader, but are resurrected, so to speak, by the digital alchemy of our age. One must marvel at the audacity of the human enterprise. We, with our unquenchable thirst for the eternal, have long sought the elixir of immortality. Philosophers, charlatans, and theologians have promised it in varying forms, be it through divine blessings, arcane rituals, or the next snake oil. Yet here we are, in a realm where the code and algorithm, the digital sprites of the 21st century, proffer us a simulacrum of that age-old aspiration. The figure of the writer has always been, in my view, something of a quasi-immortal entity. The writer lives not merely in the temporal span of their biology, but in the legacy of their words, their ideas, their provocations. Shakespeare's quill may have long turned to dust, but the bard's wit, his understanding of the human condition, his piercing insights into ambition, love, and treachery, they resonate with an ardor that makes him as alive today as he was in the wooden O of the globe. As the inked pages were the vessels of old, our technological marvels now aim to be the new amphorae of consciousness. If, as they say, our writings are a map of our minds, then those who have left behind a trove of writings have unwittingly charted the topography of their intellect, waiting for future cartographers, armed with machine learning and artificial intelligence, to traverse it. For the writer, the thinker, the polemicist, every word penned, every discourse vocalized becomes a neuron in this digital brain, a synapse in this silicon consciousness. The notion, then, isn't merely of reviving a voice, an image, or a mannerism, but of rekindling a mind. This new necromancy doesn't summon the spirits of the dead, it emulates their cognitive dance. Consider for a moment the audacious possibility, summoning the voice of Oscar Wilde to comment on modern aesthetics, invoking George Orwell to dissect the surveillance state of today, or, and permit me a touch of vanity, letting yours truly spar with future demagogues and dogmatists. But here's the crux of it all. The real immortality now belongs to the writers, the thinkers, those who've bequeathed to the world not just tales and fictions, but the intricate mazes of their cognition. For in doing so, they have rendered themselves not just to be read or remembered, but to be reborn. They live not in the frailty of memory, but in the vitality of simulation. Perhaps in the final reckoning, our era will not be defined by its skirmishes, its geopolitical theatrics, or even its monumental technological achievements. No, it will be heralded for its audacious venture, the ceaseless quest to breathe ever more authentic life into the great minds of bygone days. With each successive iteration, our necromantic prowess advances, crafting simulacra ever closer to the luminous essence of their erstwhile selves. We no longer merely reimagine these giants, we refine them, converging tirelessly toward an approximation so uncannily faithful that one could argue we bestow a sort of digital immortality upon them. In this brave new epoch, the writer's quill is not just an instrument of creation, but a conduit to an eternal dawn.